Okay, anybody who may have stumbled upon my video, this may be the first and last, or the first of many. I'm not sure yet, we'll see how it goes. But if you stumbled upon my video, that means you're either curious about e-cigs, or you just want to watch videos about e-cigs for entertainment or whatever. So, what I want to talk to you about today is, well, me and the Joyetech Ego. We'll start off with me real quick. My name is Brian Johnson, and I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania with my girlfriend and our dog Oliver and our cat Paisley. A little bit about me. I started smoking, really young. I'd have to say 13, 14, but that was just like stealing cigarettes off, my buddy's mom here and there, But whenever I finally actually, started getting packs of cigarettes and smoking normally, I'd say I was probably like 15, 16. And I quit smoking and I started vaping about 3 months ago. And I'm 26 now, so do the math. I've been smoking too long. So anyway, I started vaping about 3 months ago, and a friend of mine introduced it to me, and he introduced it to me with this. And this is the Joyetech Ego. And I want to show you this in a few pictures, along with the charger that you will get, or you might have to get with it. So go ahead and check those out now. Okay, so as you can see, it's relatively small. Compared to my pointer finger, it's, relatively about the same size. So, what it has on it is a manual button, and you can see that it lights up when you hit the button. And it has a connection on the top, and this connection is called a 510 connection, 510. And you'll see these all over the place. And it seems like the most common one is the 510 connection. And you'll see other ones like the 808, the 801, the 901. It seems like there's tons of them. But the thing about the Ego is it has its own style of connection. Along with it being a 510 connection, it's considered an Ego connection. And pretty much the Ego connection is, if you saw in the pictures, these threads that go around the side of it. And pretty much what those do is certain things you can get that say that they are Ego threading. And that might be something that looks a lot like this. And this is a Stardust, or anything similar to this. There's a lot of different names for them, but the most common term is Stardust. And pretty much you'll have a threading around the inside of here, along with the 510 connection on the inside as well. And you just screw it right on, and it looks really cool. I think it does, at least. So once you have that done, you can get your chosen bottle of e-liquid, and I have this filled up already, but I'll show you real quickly. You just kind of tilt this just like you would with filling up a beer bottle or a beer glass, and you just leak down the side of it. You drip it down the side of it until it gets a little bit above where the top line, where it usually says like 1.6 mil, Sometimes you can get them a little bit bigger, like a 2.4, but you want to go a little bit higher. So pretty much what these stardusts are there's a heating coil up top, right about where the juice level is, and you'll have wicks coming down off of the side that sit in the e-liquid that soak it up to the heating coil, and once you press the button, hopefully you'll hear that, it starts heating up that e-liquid. And these work very well, especially on an ego, mainly because they look good, it's a good form factor, and they do work well. There are a few tricks to them. Every once in a while, if you get around halfway down, you have to give it a little bit of a tilt or a twirl, or while you're vaping, try to keep it maybe slightly up. That way, the liquid is constantly getting soaked into that wick. But I'll give you a quick vape to show you how these go on a standard ego. So as you can see, very good. The flavor's good. Some people might say the flavor is slightly muted with these, but that all depends on your personal preference. Another thing you can do that you can't do on a lot of other things is you can put, this is a standard 2 ohm joyetech cartomizer with a stainless steel drip tip on it, and you can get what is called an ego cone, and it incorporates the ego threading. Again, it's just a cone looking thing. You drop it on, and that screws on to the ego threading. And now, I mean, I know this is blue and this is black. I have a blue battery over here, but I wanted to show you anyway. It gives that cartomizer a complete look, you know. So on a 2.0 ohm low resistance cartomizer, this is how it vapes. Very nicely, very nicely. So there is another thing you can get as far as the ego goes, is a different battery configuration. So this black one was a 900 milliamp hour. This is a 650 milliamp hour. A little bit less battery life, but if you have this in a 900, you should be good throughout the day. If you have them both charged, you kind of carry them both with you, or you're going to be home all day. And just make sure you have them charged, like say you go to work in the morning or something like that. Have them both charged, take them both with you. You may not need them both, but just in case, you know, you don't want to have to go out and buy a pack of cigarettes or bum a cigarette off somebody just because your battery went dead. Always be prepared. So this is the 650, and it's quite a bit shorter. As you can see, this is the Stardust on it, and compared to 900, it is quite a bit shorter. So it has the same voltage as the 900, and they usually range with something attached to them with something around 3.2 to 3.4 volts. And once the battery starts to die, you really start to notice that it's dying. You can really tell that, like, the vapor isn't as hot, or you're not getting as much vapor. That's usually whenever you kind of know that your battery's dying, but there comes a point where it's like a big noticeable difference. And that's whenever you say, okay, these need to be charged. Switch to your other battery, plug another one in. So this is this one on with the Stardust type clearomizer. Works just the same as that one, just a little bit less battery life. So, in conclusion, the Ego is fantastic. There are a few different types of Egos. There's like the Ego C, the Ego C Twist, the Ego T, and they usually come with like, or you can get them with certain atomizers. Like the Ego T has a certain atomizer that is supposed to go with the Ego. I do not like that. I do not like that style of atomizer. So I recommend the Stardust for anybody. And a lot of sites and vendors have kits, Ego kits, that have the Stardust to come with them. Maybe some juice, a battery charger, everything you can possibly need. So it's a very good device, especially if you're looking to just start out with, or you've been using a smaller battery and it's just not doing it for you, or some disposables, they're not doing it for you. This will do it for you right off the bat. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed what is my first video. I hope that maybe I can do some more. I have some other things that I really want to shoot video for, so maybe until next time, take it easy, everyone.